So now we'll get to some examples. Again, I picked a few, and just ones that just I thought had great titles, really no particular order to it, and we'll find out which are your favorites and why. I think it was with 41 examples, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay. Why those
The titles are all mine. I made those all
you
up. They
made those.
don't have
That's
a
okay.
title.
So
Yeah.
here's a response of the financial fallout of a blood libel, Ragusa, Sicily, 1622. Very briefly, what's the case and what do we learn about libels, reporting fellow Jews to the authorities, Jewish trade at the time?
So first of all, Ragusa is a real interesting place. If you picture Italy, right, the boot sticking out from the rest of Europe, and you picture the back of the leg, right, the back of the boot. So that is what's called the Adriatic coast of Italy. And it is next to the Adriatic Sea, which is a sort of a finger of the Mediterranean. And on the other side, the coast on the other side, across from Italy, across the Adriatic, is the Adriatic coast of the Balkan states. And that's where Ragusa was, now called Dubrovnik. And it was a very important trading post. You can imagine that people are buying and selling in the Mediterranean who want to bring their goods to Europe. They go up the Adriatic Sea, and usually, most typically, they'll end up in Venice at the very top of that finger of the Mediterranean. But there were two ports in particular along the way that people used a lot. That was Split or Spalato and Ragusa or Dubrovnik. And so this is a story that happens in Dubrovnik, in Ragusa, quite early, 1622, for that community. And there's a sort of a scandal. Somebody reports, claims that there's a blood libel. I should have gone over it before talking to you because I don't remember all the details. But essentially, what you have there is a lot of tension within the Jewish community out of fear of the non-Jewish authorities, because any Jew who steps forward and tells the authorities that X happened, the authorities don't know whether that person's telling the truth or not, and they're very likely to either accept spurious claims by somebody in an argument, or to make them up themselves, as happened here, I think. And so anytime that intra-Jewish tensions spill over and are reported to the legal authorities, the non-Jewish authorities, you have the potential for disastrous outcomes. And that's what happened here. People had to flee from the community out of fear that they would be accused of these heinous crimes. You have people who caused this disaster, and others who want to know who's responsible, who's financially responsible for all this this fallout. And this happens, unfortunately. I mean, it's not common, but it shows up in these sources a number of times where some situation within the Jewish community spills over and is kind of grabbed by the authorities and used as a wrench to extract money from the Jews, to force them to convert, whether that's to Christianity or to Islam, or put a scare in them, force them to do whatever it is that the authorities want. So it's a very unpleasant situation, and it's somewhat embarrassing to read about, but we're trying to get at the reality.